What's up YouTube? I've been requested to show my gear for wave rate. The reason why I didn't do it in my last videos is because each time I was changing things to make my damage better and better. And as you can see, I've even managed to reach top 3, broke my PB again today, 136 million, rank 3. So how did I do that? Well, I did, I believe, the best possible arrangement for my gear. So let me show you what it is exactly. For Muujin, you can go attack and crit damage, 2 attack and 4 crit damage, but I personally don't have the gear, so I went with Bloodsuck and this. As you can see, not perfect, pretty good earring though. I feel like she needs a bit of counter attack and deflection, plus Bloodsuck is a must. If you have 3-3 Bloodsuck, that's good. I personally don't have a good set for her, so I went with attack so I can have skill on opposite attributes, 21 counter attack, 14 counter attack, 13, and 18 deflection, which helps me survive. For her, I used crit damage, holy damage on the earring, Pat, and the relic from wave rate. For her, it's a must to have Bloodsuck, and it's best to be 3 Bloodsuck through this. I also have weapon on opposite attribute, 20 counter attack, which I don't think it's that great, but it does help a bit. It does fuck you up sometimes as well, so you should be careful on how much counter attack you put on her. For here, I just put my tankiest possible gear to make sure she survives. Bestie is rank 5 to make sure the rest of the team survives. Hots, I gave her skill on opposite around the mother one. 3 Bloodsuck, 3 Des. Here again, you do kind of need it if you want to have a consistent amount of times where you leave the enemies at the right amount of times attack before groggy. Here, since Queen on White doesn't really die, you don't need Bloodsuck, so just put 2 attack and 4 Des. This is bad, but I just don't have enough Des shoes. Otherwise, I would give her another attack artifact. For him, these 2 relics. Bloodsuck is a must. If possible, God on opposite. AC is bad, but it's my only Bloodsuck God on opposite, and it actually balances out. Like, it's better to have a high AC with 25 attack skill damage and God on opposite than to have a normal Bloodsuck with other stuff, but without the God on here. The other one is just as much attack and skill damage as I can. Here, again, as tanky as possible. Another besties to make it sure that the others survive. If you have a rank 5 one, I recommend totally putting it on her as well. It's just that the rank 5 one is more important on the top team. Bottom team rarely dies. Like, the only case where you have someone die is when he gets defense broken and the next turn he gets critted. So even rank 1 is okay. Here, I was using Marine Girl rank 5, but it turned out that it's not really that much of a difference. Like, Pat is better than Marine Girl since absolute damage as a whole isn't really that great for the boss, so the extra absolute damage is kind of useless in this mode. I went 4 crit damage because he doesn't need Bloodsuck. Like, if you need Bloodsuck, you can go 3 Bloodsuck, 3 crit damage because it's kind of awkward and weaker. But if you have 2 attack and 4 crit damage, it's perfect for him, since he doesn't really go over the cap. But yeah, and because of going into his 3 turns immortal form, he doesn't really need the Bloodsuck to survive. For Bam, you need to have this HP, deflection and such, because you want him to proc turn 1 and die turn 2. That way he gets survived by Pooh, and by proccing he's going to be in his proc state, which with his EE makes him quite a bit stronger. Crusader Mira, oh also I forgot, make sure as much as possible to have those special buffs, Evil on boss, even or on opposite attribute. And finally, Crusader Mira. Of course I have again opposite. No holy damage, but pretty good. Her EE, which helps a lot. And Pooh, she's set up just so she can die turn 2 and not die turn 1. Because you do need her 2 C1s on turn 1, but you also need to make sure she dies from the boss C1 on turn 2. Other than that, just as much attack as you can. Yeah, that's my setup. With this setup and exactly the same rotation as in my last video, I got this new PP. Hopefully this answered your questions. If you have more, feel free to ask in the comments down below. And until next time.